Hi everyone, the Lone Wolf here, welcome back for some more EVE Online, and in today's video we are going to experiment a little bit with the skilling spree. Now that might sound a little bit weird since you can see that I just completed my challenge and I can only grab the next one within 23 hours and 16 minutes, but this is something that CCP has tried before and that has not been too successful. I think, if I'm not mistaken, people do log in just to get that free SP, but right now it is just kill one NPC, kill 5 NPCs or kill 10 NPCs for a couple of extra skill points. It is not that impressive or engaging. It might build up login numbers, but it doesn't, I think, really build up as much commitment into the game as CCP would like. And so that got me thinking a little bit. And so in today's episode, we're actually going to try to move ourselves into the mind of like a newer player and see what it would be like. So let's say that we would get into the skilling spree, we would get this very same quest. You can see that Cameral is probably doing the same thing here, working on his 10 NPCs. I'm actually gonna see what happens if I would join him with a hit. Let's see if I can just smack that guy with my railguns. Did get a hit. Of course, I don't see if it actually helps for my numbers, but okay. You know, kill one, that was actually the mission that I got last time, and this is really all it takes. Find an anomaly, maybe find a signature if you're really unlucky or something like that. Kill the NPC, and there we go, you get your skill points, you're done for the day. You can, I think, understand that this is not exactly very engaging or very exciting. And so what I was thinking about this is that this is meant to help newer players, and we know from the Talking Station podcast with CCP Hilmar and CCP Falcon that their goal right now is to try and make it a little bit easier and to help players find their way in EVE Online when they're new players, and to make it harder for veterans. And I think this skilling spree is definitely part of the package that could help new players, but I also think it's an incredible opportunity to try and get them into different types of spaces. And so my thought here was that, let's say this is the second week of a new player, you would get this skilling spree every single day, and you would earn yourself some extra skill points just to kill an NPC the way we have done right here. But on week 3 of their experience, if they're still around and they want that free SP, what are they gonna have to do? They're gonna have to kill NPCs, but in Lowsec, make it a challenge, and I think that could be cool. And so that's what I wanted to do here. We're gonna basically try to do the skilling spree here as well. Now we have a wolf that is gone, luckily. And which one is actually the Lowsec gate? I think it's the Camilla gate, I'm not exactly sure, but let's take a look. And yeah, that was my thought, the skilling spree, try and up the challenge, try and make people risk something for that reward of those extra skill points. And so now my challenge is, can I kill, let's say, 5 NPCs in Lowsec, and a week after that, try to kill some NPCs in Nullsec, of course. Try to really get players into that risk-reward mentality that EVE Online is known for. So Camilla is a point for system. You would probably have to point a newer player to the closest Lowsec system if they want to take part in that challenge. And then let's see here, we've got some just some plenty of novice stuff, so we're not really gonna find anything to shoot right away. Well, let's keep moving. I am actually in Lowsec. My goal is not to hunt people, to kill people. My goal is to grab that SP, get in, kill a couple of NPCs, get back out. And yeah, I feel like this would lower the barrier of entry to actually take that risk. You can also, of course, do this challenge normally, which is why I'm actually testing this out in a fully Tech 1 fitted Tristan. So this should be accessible, not too expensive, not too hard to do for newer players. And so let's see if I can actually do this, if I can find some NPCs to kill, and if I can get my challenge perfect. We've got a blood den. Let's hope that we see some frigates in there so that we can take care of them. And then, oh, I'm actually, goddammit, in a 0.5 system. So I'm actually no longer in Lowsec. That's maybe something that the map should help us out with. Let's see where we are right now. Can I spot that? I am here. I come from Camilla, which was in Lowsec. Oh, and Lama, for instance, was Lowsec as well. So I think the best way to go is to just go back. All right, so that was... this would have been great if it was Lowsec, but it's not Lowsec, so it doesn't count. Let's get back to Camila and let's try again. Let's remember that Lama is Lowsec, and after that, what is this one? Zvi is Lowsec, and over here, that's back to Chunka. So really, yeah, Lama and then Zvi, those are gonna be the systems that we check out. But yeah, this killing spree right now, it really felt like, okay, nice little addition. Thank you for the extra skill points that I'm getting here. But this doesn't really help newer players that much. Sure, it gives them some of these, so let's go Lama here. It gives them some of that potential, but veteran players have just an easier time of doing this as well, and so perhaps making this a part of like the first 30 days experience for player, give them that extra opportunity, and at first make it so that it's really easy in HiSec. Kill a couple of NPCs just like it is now. That is super easy, very intuitive as well. Okay, all right, just kill a couple of NPCs. Where do I find that? Anomalies, pretty easy. But after that, it's this part. We are actually in Lowsec trying to find some NPCs to kill so that we can get this done. So we've got Small Headbur Guide, Besiege Covert, what the hell is all of that? And then we've got some Amar outposts. Okay, that's how it works. Let's maybe... There is, of course, an alternative as well. If we don't find any clear anomalies for us to go after, because this is faction warfare space, what you can also do, of course, is just patrol the belts. I think there is a chance that you'll run into someone, which is why I actually do have a Warp Disruptor on this Tristan. So there are no NPCs in here. And then let's just go over some asteroid belts. Start with the top one, do a warp within 20, and see if there's anything to kill there. But yeah, a little bit of risk here, but honestly, I don't feel like there's super much risk, right? If I end up in trouble, I mean, I'll lose a Take One fitted Tristan. That's not that big of a deal. And if I just manage to kill these NPCs before I get got, and here are our first two candidates, Bloodseeker and a Blood Visionary, so we're definitely gonna go right after them. Let's see, we can't even target them, so activate the Microwarpdrive. And then that's going to be number 1 and number 2 on the list. This still, you know, Frigate and Destroyer, that should be very much doable. What's my target range? 50 kilometers. Okay, we can cut this one, go like that. As you can see, I really went with the mindset here that this ought to be cheap and accessible. So we're just going to go like this with the Take One ships. Take One fits, Take One drones. Everything is just meant to really reflect what an alpha clone would be trying in. And this is, you know, I mean, they're doing some damage to my shields, but that's really it. And the first two NPCs are down. So that looks to me like it's gonna be pretty much the better tactic. So let's go to the next asteroid belt when it comes to hunting NPCs in Lowsec for this challenge. But we're down 2 and we need to kill 5. That is the challenge that I set myself. And I may actually, you know, make this a part of my playstyle. Run this as a bit of an experiment. How long can I keep going until I finally lose a Tristan? At some point, I'm gonna like risk a little bit more. Maybe go to some of these faction warfare sites and things like that as well, just to try and to get into trouble, to get into a fight. But here on this first experiment day, we're just gonna go and really try to grab these 5 NPCs, grab that SP for this imaginary skilling spree that would actually move from HiSec to Lowsec at one point, just to give new players a taste of that rewards, that risk reward that EVE Online is so known for. And here, right, you're a new player. All right, well, we're up against a Blood Arch Templar, so this is a cruiser. This is gonna be a bit tougher to do. Look at that, but let's give it a try, right? Let's at least give it a try. He's alone, so if we can kite his damage, it shouldn't be a problem. Let's just send our drones out, stay at range for now. We're orbiting at 15. optimal range for my guns is 17 kilometers. And let's see if we can actually break this cruiser as well for our third target for the skilling spree experiment. So his shields are dropping at this point. He is using tracking disruption, so my optimal range is down to 14 kilometers. That's still quite doable. And in the meantime, my small warrior ones are slowly working on him, and he misses me. That's good news, of course. We should be able to avoid that. Let's add in the gun damage. This is going to feel a little bit risky, right? Look at this wrapping. I'm actually gonna be able to break him. It might actually be tough to do. It would be bad news if we can't. But then that just means, yeah, just try to eke out a little bit more DPS or something like that. But right now he is definitely going down. Let's see, an apostle on this scan. Yeah, we're not gonna engage that. We have a malediction there as well. And then quite a few structures. In the meantime, he is... Yeah, the malediction might be hunting me. We will see. But he's in structures, so the third target is almost down. And you could also make the quest just kill one target, of course. That's just a very, very quick in and out. And then maybe on days 2 and 3, it goes to kill 5 targets. So this is number 3. Let's just grab another random asteroid belt. Let's keep our pursuers, which are probably here with 12 people in local. Let's try to keep them guessing as to where I am or what I'm doing. And we need 2 more. But we defeated that cruiser. I think this will make you feel pretty good as a new player, as an alpha clone. And alright, we did this. This actually worked out. A more small compound. You know, we're gonna do this later. We're gonna really play the safe game at this point. And we're gonna just hunt for these 2 more NPCs through the belts. Then we are going back to Dital, and then we're gonna try the same thing in Nullsec. I'm fully expecting to just jump straight into a gate cam and get killed, but depending on my experience there, I might actually decide that, you know what would be added then, maybe after a layer in Lowsec, you add another layer in Nullsec as well for these types of challenges. And now, well, let's just grab a different planet. Just, you know, I should be bouncing around there, these scans at this point. And yeah, hope for 2 more. That's what I need. 2 more Lowsec NPCs. So we're actually at 3 out of 5 for our imaginary 20,000 skill points. But so far, yeah, there they are. Perfect. You know, this makes you feel pretty good. Get these done, and then I can get the hell out of Lowsec. Feels good. Let's hurry this up. Let's launch our drones. We want to target them. And we want to destroy the first one as quickly as possible. I'm just gonna start shooting, just in case of a lucky hit that would speed things up. And then we're gonna actually orbit this guy at 15, just to try and get in optimal range. But this is looking promising. We still have the malediction on this scan, but the first one is down. That puts us at 4 out of 5. Good stuff. And then bring us in to 5 out of 5. Honestly, if you would make a challenge like this for newer players, I don't think that they'll risk going into even deeper Lowsec space. So a 0.4 system is usually what they'll try this into. And I think that this experience here does show that this is actually not impossible. Is there risk? Of course, but this does feel like something that would be doable. Drones are in, we've got our SP, we are getting the hell out of there, and that'll feel, I think, pretty incredible for a new player, especially if there's a nice reward of SP behind this. And maybe what you could do, well, if you lose your ship in PvP, well, now that could get abused again, but no, this is the reward. You took the risk and you get a nice chunk of SP out of the skilling spree. And it is not the, alright, well, I guess I'll just do him in high sec. Why would I risk anything if I don't have to when it comes to the skilling spree? And so it's currently pretty damn low, I think, in engagement in people deciding that, alright, this is actually really getting me into the game. Now, this is like a nice little bonus. I might log in for that, but it's really not a big deal here now. The blood has been pumping, got a little bit of a bounty, but especially we got our 5 kills in local in our Tristan, so we're good to go. 15 minutes, you know, that's, I think, okay for a bit of a more challenging attempt at at giving people a reward for logging in here, but this still feels like it is doable, not completely crazy or out of whack. And then we'll take it to the next step. If you decide to actually bump it up from Highsec, or from any space I should say, of course, which is the current skilling spree, to Lowsec, after that you could go to Nullsec. And then I thought about wormhole space, but honestly, you'd need like big fat warnings on that, because the sleepers, I mean, you're not gonna get sleepers down in this little Tristan right here. So maybe, like, you know, you'll want a fleet, or you'll want to be in at least a battle cruiser or something like that for newer players before they try it. So I think an escalation up to wormhole space may not be needed or the best idea, but now that I'm in detail, I should see the KBP gate, and let's go. I mean, I'm in an empty clone anyways, just like a new player would be. I'm in a Tech 1 fitted Tristan, so that's not gonna be the cost if I lose this one. And let's see if we just like run into an anomaly, or maybe run into a couple of belts or something like that. If we can also find 5 NPCs that we can actually kill, because of course, we saw the 5 out of 10 in my Proteus. That didn't go so well. We do have to try to keep our hat on of I'm a new player experiencing EVE Online for the first time. And so, is this actually doable? Should we send them to Nullsec, you know, as maybe a step in their I would say third week of playing EVE Online? I'm not sure. That's what we're here to find out. Now, I'm already decently lucky in the sense that I don't see a gate camp, but we also don't see any anomalies or anything like that, and that must be spooky. There is no one in local, so this also counts a little bit as another blackout experiment. Now, before the Nullsec blackout, I would maybe have hesitated even more whether or not you would want to do an experiment like that, because sending in a new player in Nullsec and then they immediately see, all right, well, here's another newbie. What is he in? Oh, he's in his Tristan. Let's go hunt him down and get rid of him. So this one is on the edge for me if you want to actually take that step. But Lowsec, that's definitely doable in my opinion. Sasha Haven, we're not gonna run that, because then we're gonna get into trouble. That means that we'll be running some asteroid belts. Ooh, and there's a malediction that just warped off. Let's see if we get hunted or not. Let's see what happens, and if we can find some NPCs. What kind are they? Are they immediately battleships and battle cruisers that we're gonna have a hard time killing with this ship? Then yeah, but no, look at this. This might actually, it is a battle cruiser, so we are going to have to be a little careful, but we're going to orbit him at 15, we're going to drop our drones, and we're going to primary these small targets. So first comes the Sanche Butcher, let's fire. We are orbiting the battle cruiser, which will target as well, Sanche Devil. Let's see if we can actually break that, but the real danger would be that these frigates catch me off guard, of course. But for now, first one is going down pretty easily, getting some shield damage. We may have to rep at that point. Let's maybe use that as well. Here come the guns. And am I now evading? No, this cruiser is actually hitting me, so that's annoying. I'm gonna probably wanna try to orbit closer to him. You immediately do feel like, yeah, there's a bit more danger, a bit more challenge here. As you can see, we're getting attacked quite heavily still by that battle cruiser actually. So let's do a couple of quick reps and see if getting closer is gonna lower the DPS on me. Maybe use the tracking disruption as well. Who knows? I'm not sure if it actually helps on an NPC, but let's do this. And let's see if we can kill him for our 4th kill. That would mean that we would need just 1 target. And you definitely actually what you want to do is keep an eye on D-scan, which shows us nobody's on D-scan. We're at orbiting closer. You can see my shields are actually repping, so we are definitely doing a lot better because we went under his guns. This takes a little bit of knowledge, so definitely not a challenge that you're gonna give them in like their first day or their first week or anything like that, but it still doesn't feel that impossible. Let's reload the nanite paste. And let's see if we can actually, of course, break that Sanche Devil, because he's been repping, and we are talking a Tech 1 ship, so this will not be easy. Yeah, look at those reps. That's gonna be annoying. I mean, we kept a little bit of damage. He's not doing anything to me, so we can keep going. But yeah, the repping is quite strong. And so here, I don't know, you might decide you're gonna stay on grid quite a long time. Is this worth it for especially a newer player to try and do? Well, here we go. We're actually doing a bit more damage. He's halfway through his armor. I'm actually out of ammo shooting at this battlecruiser. But okay, well, let's add it. Let's keep firing. For some reason, he's not repping anymore. We do have an Algos on grid. Let's see if he will decide to take a look at the belt and maybe try to come after us, or how all of that is gonna work. I don't know, of course. Yeah, this is a big step up in risk, but this is also very cool. And a very, very nice challenge that is going to get you, I think, engaged in the game, potentially hooked as well. And we're actually defeating this Sanche Devil with the Tech 1 weapons and drones. So, you know, later, if you actually... I'm not really sure how long it's going to take for an alpha clone to skill into, let's say, some Tech 2 small drones or some Tech 2 weapons, but it should be possible. So we still have some more repping. We have the Algos that's probably looking for me because he's still there. Probably not a fight that I can take because he's got small drones that will very easily kill me. But let's kill that third target. And then... ah, man, look at his repping. Oh, he's gone. Okay, that's better. And that one is almost down. He keeps repping. Finally, we break him, and that means we have 4 targets. Is that right? Let's take a quick look. Yeah, we have 4 targets down at this point, so not so bad. Stay in this system, go back to KBP. We're actually, we're gonna quickly take a look. Add another belt, see if we can get lucky, find just one more frigate or destroyer, something like that. But so far, yeah, pretty impressed. The Algos is back though. But pretty cool that I have been managing to actually make this skilling spree happen here in Nullsec as well. Well, you know, give them the tip that roam around some asteroid belts might be the best way for you to find them. Now, this is a challenge for my final kill in this skilling spree experiment, in the sense that we're up against 2 battleships, so this will not be easy. Maybe an afterburner fit would have been better, but let's go. Let's see if we can quickly kill this plague. The battleships, of course, you gotta realize that you're not gonna break those in your little Tristan, and they're gonna start firing at me in a moment. This does look impressive, and this is like, oh my god. Alright, this one is down. I got my 5 kills, I got my SP, and then I think we'll see in just a moment. Well, there we go. They're finally targeting me. Let's do a line just to see how that feels then when the battleships start targeting you. Yeah, now you're like, I gotta get the hell out of here. You will give them that experience as well, of course, if you decide to indeed tie the skilling spree to different types of spaces. But we just made it. Let's see if I can get back home, or if we'll encounter a gate camp or something like that. And if this worked out, then that's gonna be pretty interesting first experiment. And then maybe I'll take this ship out again. Probably Lowsec before Nullsec, honestly. I mean, it is crazily badly fitted. Of course, it's hardly gonna do any real damage to something that normally flies in Nullsec, but we made it here. Now let's get through the tull and see if we can make it there as well. Like that. This can is empty. Let's see if a bubble has been put down in the meantime. If they have eyes on us, that might happen. But this is, of course, Providence as well. Normally in the not red don't shoot phase, couple of wrecks on the gate, but we just made it back into the tull. Skilling spree experiment, I would say successful, and this is my idea, including for newer players. Just look at the ship. You can see that down below in the video description. Look at the fit that I just did this in. I think that means that this should be doable for alpha clones and newer players as well. And this might actually add to the interest that the skilling spree will generate when it comes to the game. You don't have to just hand everything to the newer players. Either adding in a real challenge like go kill some rats in Lowsec, go kill some rats in Nullsec, and it's just 1 to 5 or something like that, maybe up to 10 if you really want to be, if you really want to give them a challenge and maybe encourage them to get into fleets. But this could work, and I think that this could add a very interesting dimension to what right now is really just a little bit of a gimmick that'll get you to log in, but will this get you to stay engaged in EVE Online or play more of the game? I don't really think so. And this was less than half an hour, and we actually did a round in Lowsec and a round in Nullsec. You might need to be more looking, traveling and things like that, but will you learn a lot about the game as a newer player if the skilling spree looked like that? I personally really do think so. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Perhaps we'll do more with this Tristan later. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.